Hey, history hunters. Dramatic pause. What if I told you that in 2024, we're still finding new evidence about what happened to Amelia Earhart 87 years ago? And some of it is absolutely wild. Today, we're diving into the latest claims, the sketchy theories, and the evidence that actually might crack this case wide open. But first, smash that subscribe button because we're about to separate fact from fiction, and trust me, you don't want to miss this. Okay. Quick refresher for anyone who's been living under a rock. July 2nd, 1937. Amelia Earhart and navigator Fred Noonan vanish somewhere over the Pacific during their attempt to fly around the world. Their Lockheed Electra disappears near Howland Island with about 20 hours of fuel left. The official search? Massive failure. And for nearly 90 years, we've been obsessed with solving this mystery. Now, traditionally we've had three main theories. 1. They crashed in the ocean near Howland. Case closed. End of story. 2. They landed on Gardner Island, now called Nikomaroro, and survived as castaways. 3. They were captured by the Japanese. But here's where it gets spicy. Recent years have brought us some absolutely bonkers new claims. First up, and this one actually has me excited, Deep Sea Vision's sonar discovery from January 2024. These guys found what looks suspiciously like a twin-engine aircraft on the ocean floor, about 100 miles from Howland Island. The dimensions? Almost perfect match for Earhart's Electra. Now, I'm not getting my hopes up completely, but the location makes sense, the technology is legit, and they're planning a return expedition with better imaging. This isn't some grainy photo, it's actual scientific data. Credibility rating? I'm giving this one an 8 out of 10. Next, we've got these alleged photographs showing Earhart and Noonan in Japanese custody. The History Channel made a big deal about this a few years back. Here's the problem. Photo analysis experts have poked more holes in this than Swiss cheese. The clothing doesn't match, the timeline is wonky, and honestly, the figures in the photos could be literally anyone. It's compelling storytelling, but terrible evidence. I'm giving this a 3 out of 10. Tire. That's the International Group for Historic Aircraft Recovery, has been digging on Nikomaroro for decades. They keep finding stuff. Pieces of aluminum that might be from an Electra, a jar of freckle cream that Earhart might have used, bones that might be human. The keyword here is might. Each individual piece is circumstantial, but when you add them all up, it's either the most elaborate coincidence in history, or they're onto something. I'm cautiously optimistic, 6 out of 10. Here's where things get weird. Some researchers claim they've found evidence that Earhart's distress calls were picked up by radio operators worldwide, and that by analyzing these transmissions, they can pinpoint her location. Sounds cool, right? Except most of these transmissions were never properly verified, and radio propagation in 1937 makes this extremely unlikely. Sorry, folks, this one's getting a 2 out of 10. Oh boy, this one makes me cringe. Someone used facial recognition software to prove that a woman in a 1970s photograph from the Marshall Islands was actually Amelia Earhart, who would have been in her 70s. Guys, facial recognition struggles with modern photos, let alone trying to age match someone across 40 years with 1970s photo quality. This is a hard no from me, 1 out of 10. Now, here's what's really interesting, the push for DNA analysis. If we could get genetic material from any of these artifacts or remains, we could potentially solve this once and for all. Earhart's living relatives have provided DNA samples, but here's the catch. After 87 years in tropical conditions, finding usable genetic material is like finding a needle in a haystack that's been set on fire. Look, if I had to bet money on what happened, I'm still leaning toward the simplest explanation. They ran out of fuel, crashed in the ocean, and that's it. But that sonar discovery? That has me genuinely curious. It's in the right place, it's the right size, and it was found using legitimate scientific methods. Here's what fascinates me about this whole thing. We're so invested in solving this mystery that we sometimes want to believe evidence more than we should. Every few years, someone claims they've found the smoking gun, and we all get excited. But real historical investigation isn't about exciting discoveries. It's about boring, methodical analysis of evidence. So where does that leave us? The sonar discovery is worth watching. The Nikomaroro artifacts deserve continued investigation. Everything else? Probably wishful thinking. But hey, that's what makes history fun, right? We're still learning, still discovering, still trying to solve puzzles from nearly a century ago. What do you think happened to Amelia Earhart? Drop your theories in the comments. And if you're planning your own Pacific expedition to solve this mystery, maybe invite me along? Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed our deep dive, subscribe for more historical mysteries, and ring that notification bell because trust me, when someone finally solves this case for real, you'll want to hear about it first.